Okay, so after we talk about that for a little bit, I'm going to say to you, we're going to be reading this super great story today, and I'm really going to talk it up. It's about Penny and her marble, and this is by a great author, Kevin Henkes. You're going to want to look for his books in the library because he has a lot of great books. So when I am going back into this book, we're going to think about character traits, actions, and words to see if we can kind of figure out what's going on in the story. But we're also going to be looking at some words. And what I call these are bossy R words. Makes the same sound. I gotta get a drink of water. Sorry guys, I was at a farm all day with my grandkids. And I didn't have lunch, so I'm like, whoa. So it's like a pirate. Arr, arr. I would have them all try that out because you want to keep them moving. Who can give me their biggest loud pirate sound? Arr, arr. I would also tell them that sometimes the pirate goes, arr, 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 arr. And then we would probably do that a few times. The most important thing you can do with any grade level is keep them moving, keep them engaging, because otherwise it's hard for little people to sit a long, long time. So they'll be right with you and you won't have the behavior issues a lot of teachers deal with these days. So about this time I would say get out your whiteboard. Each of my kids have a little whiteboard. And I would say, here are our R words. R, I would have them repeat it with me. And then I would say, just looking at these, do you notice one of them is different? Do you notice one of these looks a little different? They would say the pink box. Why is the pink box there? This one says R, these say So I want them kind of engaging too. I'm not going to give them all of the answers. So on the little safe moments, I can give them those questions. Marble, after, hurt, stir. I would go ahead and I would be circling the AR. Marble, after, hurt, stir. Then I would go ahead and we would talk about these pictures below. Which column should we put them under? All right, boys and girls, I want you to make this on your whiteboard. This would be for seconds and thirds primarily. Your first senior Ks, they're still learning. So you could say, okay, we're going to look for a word that makes an R sound. Shirt. Now, if they hear it, they can do this. Or something, get some kind of sign language. If they don't, they can do this. Shirt, do you hear an R sound there? Fur, do you hear an R sound there? Tiger, do you hear an R sound there? Star, and usually by then they're going, ah! So then you can go ahead and for your kids that are in the pre-literature stage or in the pre-reading stage, you can move the star under here and put R on there if you'd like. And I would go ahead and move the pictures for each one and write it underneath. The harder part is going to be distinguishing the ers. So you're really going to have to work with them on those sounds because you can even talk about it. Like they could say, well, shirt, could it go here? Well, you're right, it does make an sound like after, but nope, not there. Let's try it again. So you can kind of work with them on, yes, you're right, it's hard to distinguish ER, UR, and IR. So that gives them the chance to kind of think about their spelling and their sounding out. The other...
Can I say, so what do you notice about the words, the R's? What would you say to your kids about where they might find the R words or the R sound? Notice and look at them. What do you notice about them?
Right after a vowel?
Well, it is after a vowel. That's why it's R-controlled, so it's controlling the vowel. But look at the words themselves. What things could you help your students to might happen, remember, we can't say 100% all the time. What might happen with the AR, ER, UR, IR. Look at the pattern and then look at the pictures that are on the board. What are you going to talk to your students about?
A lot of them are at the end of the word.
Okay, the R at the end, but is there one that's at the end more than the other one? If you think about that sound, that
The
phoneme.
ER.
The ER is usually at the end, good, and even her, end. You're right, stir is at the end, but could you make a different word with IR in the middle? Look at what Julie had, shirt.
So that is something, as we're writing, we're going to talk about what do we notice about the R. So the other thing you might want to do during these moments is, there's a great book, what is it called? Words Their Way, that works a lot with word groups. And what I did is I went on Amazon and I got a whole bunch of really colorful tiles. And I put letters on them with Sharpies, and I gave each kid a bag of tiles that had a couple more vowels, a couple more of the C's, the L's, the more popular consonants. And then in the beginning, I only gave them a sorted few because otherwise they go crazy. And then I say, hey, can you spell it with me? And sometimes it's just that manipulating the tile. Look, shirt. Now, if I keep the IR there, what if I take the SH away? Oh, I picked a hard one. Hurt. What if I take the H away and I put a K in front? What does that make it now? Hurt. Hurt, right. We just changed the front. What if I take the K away or I take the T away? So they're still dealing with that UR, but they're seeing you manipulate different letters. So that's another way you can go in and teach them this kind of...
You did a perfect example of why we do phonemic awareness first, because we hold those sounds, and then when you get to phonics, you're still manipulating those letters. So that, yeah, excellent.